Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slang Hope. I got another video for y'all. In this video, I am going to be talking about the shooting that happened probably a few days ago in the subway. I know a lot of y'all probably seen the video that went viral. A lot of y'all seen the news clips, etc., etc. However, I want to unpack this video. Like, I really want us to deep dive and unpack a lot of the things that happened. And I also want to give you some pointers, like some takeaways from what has happened in this video. So bear with me. I'm gonna show a clip of the video, which I've probably seen, and then I'm gonna get into it.
I'll beat you up. You think you're gonna beat up cops? You think your people's gonna beat up cops? I'll beat you up. I'll beat you up, homie. Gangsta, I'll beat you up, man. It's not your average cop. It's not your average cop. You beat up me. Beat up me. Beat up me. Beat up me. Fuck you. I want my facts. That's it. I want my facts. Fuck you. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck your kind. Fuck your race. I want my facts. Fuck you. Do something about it. You like that? No, man. Don't let your girl feel. The minute you move, nigga, I'm gonna beat you up. The minute you move, act like you want to beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. Only you. No women. Just you. You're a man. I'm gonna beat you up. Gangsta. I'm gonna break you up. Break you up. On my life. On my mom, I'm gonna break you up. On my mom, I'm gonna break you up. Wait for it. I'm waiting for you to get caught. To laugh and go about that. They got to stay 13 years in jail. Let's get it in. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. You're not gonna move. You're not gonna move. You're not gonna move.
Move, baby girl.
You're not gonna move.
Babies
What's
on
up?
here.
You're not trying to do nothing. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? The minute you move, I'm gonna break you up. The minute you move, I'm gonna break you up.
Okay. You know, this video kind of reminds me when I moved into the projects and black people started messing with me. And then later on down the line, I just had to bang on them. I was just minding my business. And I just had to do it to them. Not all of them, because I'm cool with a lot of them. But some of them I just had to do it to them. But anyway, make sure you before I get into the breaking this thing down and giving y'all a walkthrough and takeaways, make sure you click in the description below if you want to access a documentary that I'm in. We Came to Heal, because you know we need a lot of healing, man. The black community needs a lot of healing. Our communities in general need a lot of healing. You know, our communities are a mixture of people now. We need a lot of healing. So go click on that documentary and let me know what y'all think. Also, it's the link to my book in the description, Who Profits When Black Men Gangbang. If you want to support me, you can go check that out. Purchase it. I appreciate it, you know. And you can also let me know what you think about that. Okay, let's get into this. I didn't post the whole video because, you know, YouTube be going crazy behind, like, if you post certain things, right? Especially there was a weapon that was pulled in that video, so I didn't want to do all of that. But let's get right into it, right? Immediately from the beginning of this video, you start to see this man just provoking this man, right? Like, you see him disrespecting, you see him telling him SMD, you see him saying all type of things. I don't like your kind. I only like my people. So you see him doing these things, right? And it's interesting. I don't know. Like, I haven't really been around. I don't know if people made a video about this, but it's interesting how, like, that people don't not really talking about that as much, right? Because a lot of times, again, a lot of times, black folks like to take this victim role, right? But I've seen situations like this happen so many times in the community, right? Where a black will go mess with a Mexican or other, right? Somebody from a different place, right? And oftentimes I view this as like misplaced anger. Like it just seems like black folks, some of them, right, have this misplaced anger of what should be directed towards Uncle Sam and the people who are more at fault about the conditions that you're in. Your fight should be with them, right? Your fight should not be with the people who come here. I don't know where that man was from. He might have been Puerto Rican or Dominican or whatever. But like, it just seems like the misplaced anger that the anger that you should have for the people who you're saying that are responsible for the conditions that you're in. You redirect that anger towards your own people, right? You redirect that anger towards the people that live in community with you, of other ethnicities and races, right? Like it just seems like the wrong people are feeling the brunt of the anger of black folk, and I don't care. You could come here and be mad and be upset and whatever. I don't care about your feelings. This is literally what's happening, right? Like black folks are taking out their anger on other black folks. Like you can't look at them a certain way. You can't bump them by accident and apologize because they walk around with a chip on their shoulder, right? They walk around with some type of misery. Not all of them, but this applies to some folk, a lot of folk, right? They walk around with some chip, some misery, some I wish a ninja would. They waiting to do something to people, right? Some of these folks. Like, and you need to be weary of people who behave like this, right? Who be going around provoking. And the people that they don't know, people that they have no idea that these people could be detrimental to your life. You need to be very wary of some of these people because they don't got nothing to lose. You heard him say he just did 13 years in prison. He did 13 years in prison. Not only did he say that, he also was sitting here talking about y'all like beating up cops. I don't know if y'all remember, but a few months, or maybe like a few weeks ago, a month ago, and some change, there was something about these migrants beating up a police officer or two police officers. So you don't, this dude something have to be wrong with him because you don't even look right. Defending the police, like what, like where they do that at? The fact that he was sitting there talking about like y'all like beating police up, beat me up, and then he also kind of said he was a cop. This video was kind of weird, but anyway, he was just out to start some trouble, and we see that, right? Because he had a firearm. A lot of times there'd be a lot of dudes that hop on the train, but anyway, I'm gonna get into that later. So anyway, one, he was provoking this dude. He literally provoked him to the point where this man just said, you know what, like I'm standing up. You get what I'm saying? Like he just stood up. I probably, in some situations like that, I probably would have tried to leave the cart. Like sometimes I'll be really thinking, because once I get to that point, like it's a wrap. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, he just sat there and took a lot. So like I said, it seems that there's a lot of misplaced anger, and that translates into the people in the community, their own people, other people in the community, when in reality we should be using these people as allies to get back at the people who we really have a problem with, who are really oppressing us, who are really moving these chess pieces around that affects us, right? That have negative and adverse effects in our lives. Like that's really what we should be doing. We really should be working together in mutual cooperation. But instead, because we can't see the bigger picture, some of these folks be running around trying to cause their misery and spread it and harm other people in the community, whether it's their own or other people, right? Others. Anyway, so that's one. Two, I want to say, man, that man had a supportive girlfriend. If y'all seen the video, that chick did not stand around. I mean, I'm totally against stuff like that. Like I will always tell, like if I'm with my lady and something transpires, like I'll tell my lady, like, yo, like stay out of this, like dip, like, you know, like just do something else. If you want to call the police, do that, right? Like do something else. A lot of times I might say don't call the police because you know, too much stuff I can't say. But anyway, so anyway, before I go Rambo, you know, I don't want you calling the police and I'm gonna go Rambo out here, like, you know. So anyway, the point is, you know, he had a stand-up girlfriend, man. Like she sees the opportunity. Like this dude didn't even peep it. She went in her bag And I'm telling you, man, them Spanish people, man, they stay with them knives. You know what I'm saying? They stay with them knives. You play around if you want to. Them people stay with them knives, boy. And they showed them. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, that's another point I want to highlight. Shout outs to her, man. Like, you know, even though I would advocate not to get involved. She see her man was in a situation and she was just like, nah, like, I'm stepping in. You get what I'm saying? The third point I want to make is be mindful of people who are on the trains like that. Be mindful of people, not just on the train. Be mindful of people that go to parks, public places, and they just overly aggressive, or they just, you know, sometimes people talk a certain way because they got something. Like, honestly, sometimes people are very rah-rah and come outside their house with this I wish a ninja would attitude because they are armed and they're waiting for somebody to look at them the wrong way. They're waiting for somebody to step on their shoes. They're waiting for, they just wait. These people are agents of destruction. They literally leave their house on a Friday night telling themselves in the mirror, I wish somebody messed with me today so I could cause them harm. So I could make somebody mama cry. So I can cause somebody pain because these people are in pain. These people are ticking time bombs, walking around in drenched in pain, suffering, trauma, you name it. They're walking around drenching in it, and they're waiting for the opportunity to do something to somebody so you could feel something similar to what they're feeling, or some of your loved ones could feel something similar to what they're feeling. Please, people, the summer's approaching. Avoid people like this that ain't got nothing to lose and they looking to make you lose everything. Be wary of these people. Please. I beg you. I beg you. So in some situations you can't walk away and you got to do what you got to do. But I'm saying, like, in a lot of situations we could diffuse things and we could walk away, or we could step off, or we could, you know what I'm saying? Please. A lot of us, some of us got way more to lose than other people, right? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of these people. Sometimes I see people get on the train and they walk, they on the train, they're like, they blasting their music and they say little slick things like, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. Or even if they're not armed, it's just the mentality, right? If you have the possibility to just move to the next car, just do that. Just do that. Because some of these dudes, it's clear. They make it known. I don't got nothing to lose. They don't gotta say it. You could just tell. Cause if you got something going for yourself, if you doing a lot of things, even though there's a lot of stupid people in the entertainment world and sports and that have done stupid things when they got to a certain position. But okay, we're not gonna talk about them. They like a small percentage of people, stupid people. But a lot of times, if a lot of dudes is things is falling into place for them and they making plays out here, they're not gonna be doing the stupid stuff that these dudes be doing. But anyway, the next point I want to make is like, this dude pulled out, this dude had a gun the whole time. He had a gun the whole time. And then even when he pulled out the gun, he didn't shoot. He pulled out the gun and didn't shoot. And then he became a victim of his own firearm. I'm actually glad things worked out the way they did. You know, I'm actually glad that that person is not being charged because he acted in self-defense. Honestly, if it was me, I would have caught a body because I know the law. I know the moment you pull out a gun and I get that gun from you, and mind you, the video went off at that point. Ain't no cameras after that. And once I get my hand on that gun, that's a free body. Free body. But I know the law. Some people don't know. Listen, that was a free body. I don't know if the dude died, but if he didn't die, he going to jail because you brought the gun to the scene, right? So not only did you get wounded, now your stupid behind is going to jail. Like, you pulled out a gun, cocked it, you was at a reasonable distance, you didn't shoot, you got closer. You got closer. Oh my goodness. I don't know. This person was speaking English, right? This person was speaking English. And it's crazy because I made a video about this before, right? And I talked about how like some immigrant folks, man, they go through way worse and severe conditions where they come from. Where it's like you can't pull out a gun on somebody and walk up on them. You can't even do that to some people that were born here in America. And then you did that to somebody that might have experienced similar, probably way worse conditions wherever they came from. I don't know, because this person spoke English, so I don't know. I don't know where the person was from. I don't know if they was born here, born somewhere else. But I'm like, yo, this dude pulled out of. I'm telling you right now, the dumbest thing you could do, get so close to the point where somebody could get their hand on a gun. Yo, you know how many times people used to pull up on us and want to talk? Like, because a lot of dudes do that. They use the gun as a bargaining tool. They pull out the gun and they want to talk. This dude was just, he pulled out the gun and he was yapping. Like, you gonna stab me? You gonna, ain't nothing to, at that point, once you already got stabbed, ain't nothing to talk about. The moment you pulled out that weapon, ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. This is an example for some of y'all that want to be out there playing the streets. You pull out a gun, you better use it, because if you don't use it, whoever you threaten with that gun might be the end of you. They just might be the end of you. Or worse, you could end up being a victim to your own gun. You know how many times we took guns from people? Once we got our hand on it, once we know you want to talk, we'd be like, you know, yo, like, you know, we try to get close to you. And once you can't pull it up, it's a wrap. Once you can't up it, it's a wrap. So I just wanted to touch those points. I know I made a few videos in the past about how like the immigrants and the black folks, a lot of times black folks like to paint this narrative of they just don't like us. Nah, they seeing situations like this. They seeing the things that are taking place. They are seeing scenarios. Some of them have experienced scenarios of being targets of black people. This is one example, and nobody can tell me, because I have witnessed it countless times. Nobody can tell me, oh, this is just a very isolated situation. Nope. I've seen it so many times. When we used to hang out and dudes used to play knockout, they used to play knockout, what's the name? Knockout King. Some of y'all might not even know about that. They used to play Knockout King, where they used to walk around the neighborhood targeting people to try to knock them out. I'm honest to God, I never played. Honest to God, I never just ran down on somebody and punched them. But a lot of times, damn near all the times, their targets were like Chinese men, Mexican people, like other people. I've seen it so many times. Sometimes it was Jamaican people. Like, I seen it. I seen this so many times. I seen this so many times. So, like, when people try to say this, it's not so. It is so. It is so. It is so. I seen it. Other people can attest to it. It's not that people don't vibe with black folks because of the stereotypes. Stereotypes are based on some truth. They just overly generalized, but they got some truth to it. A lot of it is true. A lot of it is true. So this is just going to help amplify that stuff, right? Because every time a isolated situation happens, it amplifies things, right? It amplifies things that are already being said, already been out there in the airwaves, and it just continues to add fuel to the fire. If you really think about it, some posses did come over here from wherever country they were, but a lot of gangs were started here by migrants or immigrants, whatever you want to call them, to protect themselves from the violence in these communities that they moved into, from the violence of black communities that they moved into. We can't deny that. And sitting around acting like that's not so, it's not going to help amend relationships. The community needs healing, man. The community needs healing. And before you can go out there and heal your community, you got to heal yourself. Why are you so angry? Why are you so upset? You hurting? That person that came over here trying to seek a better life ain't at fault for your hurt, for your pain. At the end of the day, it don't matter who hurt you. What matters is how you going to restore yourself. How you going to patch up your wounds. When something happened to you in the street, when you get stabbed, when you get shot, the first thing you trying to do is you trying to get that wound tended to. You're not worrying about who did it. And you trying to make sure you get to the hospital so you can tend to your wound. That's the same way you should be addressing your problems. The same way you should be addressing your pain. The only difference is you don't even know you're suffering. It's different when you can feel a wound, like when you can see it, right? But a lot of the wounds that some of our folks are suffering from, you can't even see them. You can't even acknowledge that you got a wound. And because you can't acknowledge that, you're running around bleeding on everybody else, starting problems with everybody else, ready to take somebody out, ready to cause some hardship, some pain, some suffering to somebody else. Come on, man, we got to be better than that. We really do. We really do. And we're not going to get better by sweeping stuff under the rug and saying it's not so. We need to acknowledge. And if you don't know, if you really don't know, then you need to go ask some of them folks that have witnessed being robbed, being beat up for no reason, just because they came from somewhere else. You need to get some testimonies. Since you don't believe me, you need to get some testimonies. But anyway, like I said, man, when you see people, deranged people on the train, watch yourself, man. And always keep your eyes open. I tell people all the time, when you're out there, man, always stay vigilant. Always keep your eyes open. I always watch people's hands, their movements, pockets. I always watch people. Always. Because you never know. But let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comment section. Yeah. And y'all make sure y'all stay blessed. And keep your eyes open out there, man. It's a doggy dog world. Peace.